In this lesson you will learn two methods to create realistic shadows with ambient occlusion. Let's start with a simple way of adding ambient occlusion. Open the rendering settings and turn on GI. Here we can add and control the ambient occlusion. First, let's see how a render looks without any AO. Set a small region for testing. Now let's turn on the ambient occlusion. The first parameter controls the strength of the effect. The second one controls the spread length, and the last one controls the quality of the ambient occlusion. We can immediately see the effect on areas where two planes or more are close to each other. Now let's play with the settings a bit. I'm going to increase the strength of the effect to 3.0. Let's increase the radius as well. You can see that the shadows are much more spread over the wall. To get a smoother result, we need to increase the subdivs. For this particular scene, I'm going to set a very subtle ambient occlusion. I use this method most of the times, but sometimes it's good to have control over the effect in post-production. To do so, we need to render our ambient occlusion on a separate layer. Turn off the ambient occlusion under the DI settings and add a Vray extra matte element. To get the same effect as the ambient occlusion, we can use a Vray dirt map, which works the same way. Open the material editor and add a new Vray dirt. Drag it onto the texture section in the Vray extra text. Let's see what we've got. Switch to the extra text layer. Now we have the same effect separated from the base image. We can control the radius and the quality, like before, in the dirt map parameters. The only issue with this method is that the Vray dirt isn't showing through transparent objects. But don't worry, there is a simple way to get around that. First, let's check our glass material. Under the refraction settings, make sure that the effect channels are set to all channels. Next, we need to exclude the glass objects from our dirt map. I have already named the window glass and the rail glass, so I could find them in the exclude list. Now the dirt will be applied on the objects behind the window glass. We can now render the whole image and move into Photoshop for some post-work. I've opened up our best render and I'm going to drag and drop the Ambient Occlusion path right on top. We need to rasterize the layer so we could correct it with some levels. We need to get a gray color closer to the pure white. And maybe let's increase the black a little. Now to make all the white areas transparent, we need to change the mode from normal to multiply. The effect is too strong right now. Reduce it by changing the layer opacity to about 30%. There you have it, a rich and deep ambient shadows with ambient occlusion effect.